Breaking news show right here on CNN News 18. We now have an update coming into you of an international nature as Moscow in Russia's mayor has claimed that the Russian capital was targeted by a rare drone attack on Tuesday morning. He in fact made a Telegram post where he claimed the same. He said that the attack caused minor damage to buildings and no casualties. Remember, Moscow is located more than 1,000 kilometers from Ukraine, and it's only rarely been targeted by drone attacks since the start of the conflict in Ukraine, even though such attacks have become common elsewhere in other parts of Russia. Images posted on social media that you can see on your screens right now show traces of smoke in the sky. Others actually showed a broken window. My colleague Abhishek is with us. Abhishek, this attack follows a similar assault on the Ukraine capital of Kyiv, which was carried out by Russian drones overnight. That left one person dead. What details do we have about this attack? Have we had any kind of acknowledgement as yet from either Ukrainian authorities or other authorities in Russia apart from the mayor?
Not exactly. No official confirmation has come from Ukrainian side whether this whole drone attack was carried out by them or there any militant other organization who is supporting Ukraine. But we know that some part of the main capital city of Russia, Moscow, was under this drone attack. About the local Russian media is claiming that about 25 these drones took part in this whole massive attack. And one of the social media news site, that is Baza in Russia, that reports mostly from the Russian side, has said that most of these drones were shot down by air defense forces in Moscow. And some of the drones also caught on trees and wires as they flew at ultra-low altitude. And 3 drones crashed into residential buildings. And one of these the drones carried explosive devices that did not detonate. So broadly speaking, there has not been any casualty or any massive damage to any physical infrastructure in Moscow in the series of these attacks. But yes, this is the kind of concern for Russia, for Moscow, because now the capital city of Moscow is also coming under enemy attack, and Russian defense system, though it averted any problem or any massive damage, but yes, we can presume that Russian or Moscow, for that matter, is going to see more such attacks in the coming days.
Okay, can you just explain to us, Abhishek, Moscow itself is quite far from Ukraine, 1,000 kilometers away from Ukraine, about 620 miles. Does that mean that these drones flew across the expanse of land that lay in between? Do we have any more details about the actual journey that was taken by those drones? How did they arrive there?
So, Toya, last time when such drone attack had happened, that was around Victory Day parade in the first week of May. And one of a couple of drones tried to attack the Kremlin building when President was very much inside the building. So it was believed to be an assassination attempt on President Putin. But that time also these issues were raised whether these drones actually traveled to the Russian side, because it's almost like 500, 600 kilometers, and to sustain that much of length in air, you need to be very advanced and high-tech drone, and so that was one of the reasons. But this time also, when about 24 drones have fell in the city of Moscow, in the Moscow region, it is again being talked whether these group is now creating a base inside Russia near Moscow region, and they are creating this massive attacks to create a sense of panic and security threat among Russians. It's still not very much clear whether these drones travel for 400 kilometers from across Ukraine, or whether some part of Moscow region is now becoming a hideout of pro-Ukrainian people, and they are trying to attack from these regions only.
Okay, Abhishek, thank you for bringing us those details. With that story